Probably should do this without the gum. Hey, I'm Derek Diedrichson from RelaxShacks.com, author of Humble Homes, Simple Shacks. This is kind of just a snippet short as I'm working on a micro A-frame. We'll have a video on that later. But a methodology as to how to cut out a fairly perfect circle. I know, in essence, a perfect circle doesn't exist. But here's all we're doing. Very simple, all right? I've rigged up this little jig here. It's a scrap piece of wood. And let's bring it in closer. I will demonstrate. Basically, after determining the radius of the hole I want to cut, in this case for a window, scrap piece of wood, you find the exact center, you measure out where you want the center of this hole for this future window to be, screw this in all the way. The other end, this being the radius you want, you put the screw only partially way through, but you want it sticking out, so instead of a pen, you can drill a hole and put a pen through here, but if you're just making a scratch line that you're later going to be cutting, this will give you your pretty close to perfect circle that you're going to be cutting out later on, instead of a sloppy freehand one, which always looks like crap. Alright, so here we go. So what's the scenario, which I think is Tribe Called Quest, I don't know. Something like that. Black Sheep, whatever. So you can see I've already scratched the line, but just to demonstrate, I'm taking this end with the screw head extending through the board and just working it around. This is the redneck, no dough, lost my tools, can't find them in my pile of scrap tools and lumber over there method. From your Uncle D. Not technically your uncle. Hopefully I don't need a blood test to disprove that. So, just scratching along, score it a couple times, and you have a really clear indication here as to where you're going to be cutting this hole for the window for that future micro, the world's tiniest A-frame I mentioned earlier. If I keep spinning this enough times, I actually might cut through the wood and not have to use a jigsaw. That's another tip right there. If you have a spare week or two. This here is actually the window that's going to be mounted over that circle hole. I know, kind of weird, a square window over a circle hole, but the whole dichotomy or oxymoronic feel of it actually looks pretty cool in the end run. We built one of these in Brooklyn for the History Channel a while back using this kind of window, and it looked pretty decent for something that costs almost no money. It's a square window, recycled curbside window, framed over a circular hole. Boom, shalak lak boom. All the 80s, 90s hip-hop references, I don't know. By the way, I used a very aggressive jigsaw blade here just because I'm a very impatient man. And that's pretty much it. Your little tip of the day. Not that I'm going to do these every day, I just don't have the time. Thanks for joining me. See you later.